Chris and Ben with you. Our Aztecs Power Hour is brought to you by Miller Lite. It's time to choose a light beer that tastes like a beer should. Miller Lite, it's Miller time. With great beer comes great responsibility. Great story on the Mesa right now, Chris, is the San Diego State women's soccer team. They are now ranked 6th nationally in the country. They are 14-1-1 over the course of the season, and they are coming off a very impressive 2 weeks of conference play in which they played 4 straight road games, 3 of them in the conference, and 1 against a ranked Portland team, and came out 4 straight road wins. We're joined right now by the head coach of the Aztecs women's soccer team, Mike Friesen, with us again on Extra Sports 1360. That's tough to do, Coach, to go on the road and win 4 straight like that. Very impressive.
Thanks. Yeah, we're pretty excited about just obviously the whole season, but the last few weeks have been pretty rewarding with getting those 4 wins. They were tough ones.
Mike, has this team kind of started to believe in itself a little bit more and more as this season has gone along? I mean, take us back to mid-August when you started as to where you are right now.
Yeah, I think when we came in, in the beginning of August and started setting team goals and things like that, we were confident and believed in ourselves. But the way the season's gone, it's just every week is just a little more belief and a little more, hey, what's the future hold for this team over the next 6 weeks as we enter postseason play, and what is the limit for us? And we don't think there is one.
Now, this is soccer. You're not blowing teams out of the water, 6-0 every game. You're playing a lot of close 1-goal games, yet you seem to find a way to win them every time. Is that giving the team maybe a little extra edge, especially as you're going to get toward postseason play and you're going to be in a lot of close games, that they have confidence that they're going to be able to pull those out?
Yeah, I think, as a coach, we talked about this last weekend, having gone down in both of our conference games and had to come back to win, which is, as a coach, I don't enjoy that because, that's stressful. But, as a team, I think those are invaluable experiences for us. We know that we can win games, by leading, by being tied and being in a close game, by coming from behind. So I think all those experiences hopefully will, help us in the postseason as there is, some extremely tough competition coming up.
Chance to see this Aztec women's soccer team tomorrow night. They're taking on Wyoming at San Diego State. This team 14-1-1, having a remarkable season. They have won 7 games in a row since tying Santa Clara back on September the 16th. The only loss was to the defending national champion Stanford, 1-0, and that was a game, Mike, that you felt you guys could have won, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We were, it was a very even game. We had 3 or 4 clear chances to get the equalizer in the second half, and just didn't walk away with it. So our team was pretty disappointed after that game, and I think that's a great sign to not just be content with a loss to the national champion. We wanted to win that game, and we feel like if we saw them again, we'd have a good chance at it.
Coach, I know we're taking things one game at a time. You get the big weekend, home games Friday night, and then again on Sunday. But just for maybe Aztec fans who don't follow women's soccer that closely, tell us how it works. You get the Mountain West Conference Championships coming up, and then there's the NCAA tournament, and it's kind of like the basketball tournament, right? They'll put you in a bracket, and you'll go from there.
Absolutely, yeah. So this weekend we have a chance, if we win both games, to win the Mountain West Conference regular season championship, still with a game to play next Friday against New Mexico. Then we'll go into the Mountain West Conference tournament. If we win that, that's the automatic bid. But with how the season's gone, we're looking at, if we can win out, having a really high seed and potentially a 2 seed, which would put us at home, potentially through the Sweet 16, provided we can win those games.
And if you get to stay home and are able to reach the Final Four is right across town here in San Diego, which is something nice to look forward to.
It's pretty exciting. We kind of look at that like, things are all kind of coming together, and maybe that's a sign that we're supposed to be there.
Tell us a little bit about Megan Gerardo, your top striker, 12 goals on the season. This senior has really carried the offensive load for you so far this season.
She has been an unbelievable player for us for 4 years. The funny part is she hasn't had the goals to go along with that until this year, where she's really just exploded. And, you talk about the team belief, and Lydia has an unbelievable belief in herself now. She's playing with a lot of confidence, and she just seems to find a way to score goals that are extremely important for our team. She's got 7 game winners, which is the second most in the country. She's got a chance to potentially break our all-time record for goals in a season and points in a season. So she's just been amazing. So she's somebody that's not just scoring goals. She's really a fun player to watch. She's very exciting.
Even with all that scoring from Megan, though, you would still categorize this as a defense-first team. At least that's what it looks like on paper.
Yeah, I think, one of the things we're probably best at is being a team. We're a complete team. And so we definitely defend exceptionally well. We play with a lot of pressure. We can sustain pressure for a long time throughout the course of a game, so that really makes things tough on other teams. But we're a well-balanced team. We've scored 29 goals on the season, and we've only allowed 10, and I think that makes for some success, and I think that's the things that we're looking at going forward is if we can defend and stay in games, we're going to get goals, and I think that gives us a lot of confidence.
Mike Friesen, the coach of the San Diego State women's soccer team, joining us here, our Aztec Power Hour on Extra Sports 1360. Undefeated at home, haven't lost on the road. Only losses, and loss and tie were both on neutral fields to Stanford and the tie to Santa Clara. Otherwise, it's been a beautiful resume for the San Diego State women's soccer team. Are you aware that, Mike, and is this team aware that San Diego State has never won a national championship in any sport going all the way back to 1973? Talking about trying to maybe perhaps accomplish something that hasn't happened on this campus in nearly 40 years, if you guys could go all the way?
Yeah, I think I'm not sure how much our team knows about that, and one of the things that they've done a really good job throughout the season is just focusing on the next game and the next practice and really being, focused on our process. But, the rest of us are aware of that, and we want to make sure that changes at some point, and hopefully this is the year to do it.
One of the things I enjoy when we have Steve Fisher and Beth Burns on the show is they talk about how much they lean on each other. How much do you interact with some of the other coaches in the Aztecs department, whether it be the basketball coaches or the football coach or the men's soccer program, swimming, track? There's a lot of great minds in that department.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the greatest things about San Diego State is that we have a staff full of coaches and everybody that works here is just so supportive, and we have a great facility to be in where we are literally around each other all the time. So we all kind of know what's going on with each other, and it's fun to interact with all the other coaches because we deal with a lot of the same things with our players, even though we're in different sports, and we kind of lean on each other for those experiences. And you talk about Coach Fisher, who's, what a wealth of experience he's had. He's been an unbelievable person for me to just be able to ask some questions to and see how he's approached things over the years, and all the wisdom he's had, and all the football coaches, same thing. Everybody's been very, it's a close-knit group here, and very willing to share and help each other.
Well, I know everybody's rooting for you guys to keep it rolling, Mike. It's been a tremendous season so far. Good luck, first of all, tomorrow night at home against Wyoming, Sunday afternoon against Air Force, and then we look forward to catching up with you once you get into that NCAA tournament and hopefully make a long, deep run in the tournament this year. It's building into a very, very exciting season, and we hope it continues for you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mike.